Music artists and entrepreneurs, what's good? Sarge here from mysarge.com, and today I'm going to answer a real simple question. How do you deal with an audience that is unresponsive during your set, performance, or motivational speech? Yeah, it sounds kind of tough. It's alright, you don't want to miss this one, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's work. Salutes to that. So, if you checked out last week's video, I gave you some pro tips on how you can improve your live performances when you are on stage, when you are on set. Well, on my Instagram, someone left a comment and said, "Hey bro, I love the tips, but can you actually talk about what you should do when it comes to a crowd that doesn't really seem to be into your set, your performance, or your speech? How do I deal with a crowd that is unresponsive?" So today we're going to get into that. I'm excited about this because a lot of creatives deal with this on a regular basis. So, you ready? You sure? Alright, let's get it. So I want to start off by saying there's a difference between people that are unresponsive to what you're doing or saying and people that may not be jumping, acting crazy, but they are actually listening to you. So let me give you just some super simple examples of this, right? Let's just say you're in the middle of a performance, right? You're singing, you're rapping, you're performing, or you're on stage giving a speech or teaching, right? Well, there might be some people that are on the side having a side conversation and they're not paying any mind to you, what you're saying, what you're doing, right? They just don't care. Those people, unresponsive. But there might be some people directly in front of you and they may not be dancing, they may not be saying the lyrics to your songs or whatever, but they're focused on you. Their eyes are completely on you and they are actually engaged in what you're doing. And I think many times as artists or entrepreneurs or creatives, whatever, we feel like people aren't responsive just because they're not jumping, they're not dancing. That's not necessarily true. I can be paying attention to you 100%. But maybe I want to know maybe I want to learn the words to your song before I'm out there cheering, yelling, and screaming it at the top of my lungs. You feel me? Or let's take another example. Let's say that you notice that I'm on my cell phone in the middle of your set. Now, granted, I could be completely ignoring you. Or if you want to play devil's advocate, if you're giving a speech, I could be taking notes down of what you're saying, because if you think about it, no one's walking around with notebooks anymore with pens and pencils in their backpack. It's just not a thing. Everyone has their cell phone, so take that into account. Some people, yeah, they might be ignoring you. Other people, they might be taking notes, or they might be trying to find you on social media if you said your name or you've given any of your information out. So please take that into account. There's a difference between people that are ignoring you and people that are actually paying attention to you. Now, I will say this as well. Your focus should never be on the crowd anyway. Like, I know we don't talk about that, but your focus should not be on the crowd. Your focus should be on bringing the best performance, the best speech that they've ever seen. It should be on your set. Because the truth of the matter is, the crowd doesn't set the tone for the event or that day or that night. You do. You bring in the energy. You set the tone for the entire event. So if you're basing how well you do based off the crowd, or if they're jumping with you, if they're repeating your words and things like that, you're probably not going to feel like it was a successful event at the end of the day. Now, I will say this as well. Don't focus on everyone. All right, you may have a room of about 20 people, but only 2 or 3 of them actually are paying you any attention. And that's actually okay, because those 2 or 3 that are really engaged in what you're doing, really focused on what you are saying, we call those people super fans. Now, super fans are the people that no matter what you do, they're going to want to be a part of the journey. They're going to be the ones that are going to want to buy your merchandise. They're going to be the ones that want to follow you on social media. They're going to be the ones that buy your album when it comes out, or your book when it first comes out, or whatever you're doing. So even if you have a room of 20 people and only 2 or 3 people are paying attention, yeah, still give that same energy, that same focus to everyone that's in the room. But those 2 or 3 that are really focused in, make sure you make eye contact with them and focus on them throughout the night. Again, don't focus on everyone. Focus on the ones that actually care and are focused on what you are doing. And if we're being completely honest, y'all, some people aren't going to respect what you do. It's just a fact. Some people are not going to respect what you do. And why? Because they don't know who you are. Like I could be someone that starts up a company, for computers or technology, right? And it could be better. It could be better than Apple's. But you know what? 9 times out of 10, if Apple comes out with a new product, and I tell you about my new product that's probably cheaper and better, 9 times out of 10, you're still going to get the Apple product. Why? Because you trust Apple. You trust that brand, flaws and all. You still trust them more than me. You know them personally, or you feel like you know them personally, right? And I just want to say the same thing with whatever you do, your art, your craft, wherever you're trying to go. Sometimes people aren't going to respect what you do until you're a household name. And that's okay. You don't do it for them anyway, right? You don't do it for them anyway. So stay focused and keep doing what you're doing. Now, I gotta be fair. I gotta be fair for a minute. I gotta play devil's advocate, right? There is a bit of a reason. There are a few reasons, but there's a main reason why some people are not responsive during your set. Now, some of it is, unprofessionalism. Some of it might be your content, things like that. But for a good number of artists, entertainers, creatives, entrepreneurs, I noticed that you guys are requesting too much of your audience. Way too much of the audience. What do I mean? Well, they came there to be entertained. That's why they're there. They are there at that event to be entertained, whether it's to be taught or to listen to a song, hear a singer, hear a rapper, band, whatever. They're there to be entertained. So that means you should be the one that should be singing. You should be the one that should be rapping, dancing, doing flips, whatever, doing, having your turntables, taking photos, pictures. You are the one. That is your job. But oftentimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes as creatives, we can request too much. And this is what I mean. And let me know if this sounds familiar to any of you.
Yeah. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Now jump. Now jump. Now jump. Now hey.
2 hours later.
And now, rub your tummy. Rub your tummy and pat your head on the head and, keep moving. This is song 30, but y'all should still have the energy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Making too many requests throughout the night, making a request for every single song. Every single thing you do should not be wired in energy. Why? Because people will get tired. When you are up there, yes, you should be bringing your energy 100% of the time. But as far as the audience, again, they're there to be entertained. So let them be entertained. Let them kick back sometimes and enjoy the show. Now, some of you guys might be thinking, okay, well, Sarge, what if I legitimately do have a crowd that's being rough on me and they're not really showing me that love while I'm on the stage and it doesn't seem like they're that focused? I got you. I've been there too. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip that might help you out a little bit. All right. So this happened to me recently, actually. So I was at a show, and I was in another state actually, and I didn't really know nobody in there. No one knew me, things like that. So it's all good. So I did my first song, and some people were rocking with it, but I could tell I didn't really have the audience's attention. So what did I do? I asked a simple question. I asked, hey, who in here is fill in the blank, who's a fan of this, football team, or who's a fan of this basketball team, right? Well, the very first person that raised their hand or cheered loud enough to where I could tell who it was, I pointed them out and I was like, yo, right there, hey, come here real quick. And what did I do? I threw him a free t-shirt. Now all of a sudden, everyone else around them sees that and they're like, wait, hold up, bruh's giving out t-shirts? Yeah. That's how you get someone's attention. That's how you get their attention. And I mentioned, yeah, and I got more. So again, are you guys ready to have a good time? And obviously, my response the next time was a lot better. So use what you have. If you have t-shirts, if you have CDs, if you have a book, use whatever you can to get their attention. And also, if you're a music artist, walk up on your audience. If you got the microphone and you notice that they're trying to stand back away from you a little bit, walk closer to them and confident so they know that you're not scared of them, but also so you can get them engaged in the event. That's just a quick tip, a little sauce, a little something for you guys to take with you. And that's it. These are things that you should just consider when it comes to crowds or audiences that are not very responsive when you are at an event or a performance. Also, please take this into account. Not every venue is going to be the same. Not every crowd is going to be the same. Every genre is definitely not the same when it comes to moving the crowd. So this is going to come with experience. Be patient. There are going to be some things that you try and they're going to work like a, they're going to, work like a charm. And others that you're going to feel like, maybe I shouldn't do that again. So some of this is going to be trial and error, and that's okay. That's why you're doing it, to get better every single day. Right? So, did you like the video? If so, go ahead and hit that like button and then hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time I drop a new video. Also, if there's a topic that you would like me to talk about, then be sure to leave a comment at the bottom and I will get to that ASAP. And if you missed last week's video on how to improve your live performances and some tips that the pros do, I have a link in the description for you so you can catch up. And as always, be you, enjoy your life, live authentic. Salutes to that. Catch y'all later.